regulation changes for the 1996 season, the cars look fairly similar to those of last year, except for one obvious difference: these bulbous cockpit surrounds. Formula One has been making racing ever safer, and indeed such is the strength of these phenomenally tough carbon fibre chassis that broken limbs are, thankfully, virtually unknown, despite some enormous accidents. But it's the driver's head that is now the most vulnerable part of his body, so attention is focused on providing it with greater protection. Now, the cockpit sides have to be higher, either side of the driver's helmet, and padded with a specific foam, 75mm thick, which extends behind his head. Now, teams have interpreted the regulations in different ways, so some cockpits look larger than others, but any negative effects on the car's performance tend to come more from the messing up of the airflow into the engine rather than the wind resistance of the bulbous cockpit sides themselves. Changes also take place inside the cockpit, but from preference, not by regulation. Damon Hill's working environment is amazingly cramped. His steering wheel removes to help get in and out and includes the flipper switches for gear changing. Damon pulls the right to change up and the left to change down, and only needs the clutch for starting and stopping. The steering wheel also holds the switches for the radio, the emergency engine cut, for selecting neutral gear, and the pit lane speed limiter. Other switches for ignition, then the fuel pumps further down, gearbox power, data logging, brake balance, and fire extinguisher are located on the dash, which houses the only instrument, a digital multiple display that shows engine revs and, according to a switch position, oil pressure and water temperature and pressure. Frankly, he's unlikely to look at much of it when racing. He'll just concentrate on driving and will rely on warning lights or radio information to let him know if anything's amiss. The accelerator, brake and clutch pedals are as a road car, but much closer together. Though in fact Villeneuve has tailored his car with a hand clutch on the steering wheel too, leaving his left foot just to use the brake pedals. To anyone unfamiliar with it, a Formula One cockpit seems a claustrophobic, uncomfortable, noisy, vibrating environment with appalling vision. But if you want to be quick, that's the way it's got to be.